never spoke to 500 plus people before, so it's slightly intimidating. I brought this for a reason. Anybody who knows me knows I'm an extremely passionate person. I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I'm just very blunt and frank, and you always know where you stand with me. With that said, that's why I have this, just in case. My wife and I have been very blessed. We were looking for some way to give back for some time now, just something that we could relate to in our lives, be passionate about, and be involved with more than just financially. We had met with several organizations, and we just hadn't figured out what we wanted to do yet. And then we happened to meet up with Rocky and Sue Alt. I got involved in Team Focus because it was an organization that I could personally relate to. My mother and father divorced when I was 3 years old, and my father moved and went to Florida, and it was a very rocky and strained relationship that ultimately landed me where I am now some time ago, where there was nothing left. And it's an extreme amount of pain. It's pretty wild to think at 42 years old just how much it can still affect you. This left a big hole in my life. And it's something I'm constantly struggling to fill, and I cause a lot of burden and pressure on my friends and family with this pain. Although I feel there's no perfect plug for this, one of the ways that I feel I can maybe fill it up is by giving back to others and being there for somebody else that might share some of the same struggles that I have. I've watched the organization help so many kids through the last few years. An example is the summer camp, where for several days the kids do everything from sports and competitions, learning how to dress for success, down to, as they mentioned earlier, even helping them get a job, which I'm not sure that all the entire public school system does the greatest job with sometimes. I've watched the organization help their parents as well, because you know, that means a lot, helping a struggling single mother be there and give them emotional support. I've watched them even help them sometimes financially. And in some cases, some of them have helped them out of their own pocket. And it's very admirable. They've obviously donated a lot of their time as well. I believe that the Team Focus organization works because I've seen the same groups of kids stay involved. For the several years that I've been involved, I've seen the same kids come back, and I've seen kids that also have graduated, if you will, from the program, come back and want to be involved in it, and even some of them start their own chapters, which speaks volumes about it, of how much it meant to them with the way society is and how busy you are and what you're trying to accomplish, to want to give your time and create an organization yourself in your own chapter. It really speaks high volumes about it. I watch kids go from being barely able to look someone in the eye and have any confidence to being able to walk confidently up to me and have an intelligent conversation with me. Team Focus needs to continue to receive financial support from all of us and anyone else that can help. These kids need someone to believe in them, a father figure, and paint them a picture that has hope and opportunity into it. It's amazing still, again, at 42, to think about how important that is for someone to believe in you. I still look to my family and friends. I need them to look me in the eye and tell me they believe in me. At 42 years old, it's not enough for me just to think about it myself. And so it matters so much to have people around you that care about you and support you. And I see Team Focus do that, and I've seen these kids, the fire in their eye. There's just no way I can do it justice. Most of my stress about giving this speech today, I'm not shy. People that know me know that, but it was just making sure, man, how could I ever get that message across to this group of people? And it's very difficult unless you've got to witness it and be part of it yourself. If you're like many people, including me, you wonder if your contribution will make any difference, and will the organization squander your money away? I mean, I've thought about that many times, although I know God knows what you do in your heart, and that's where it starts. As a board member, I'm actually surprised that the budget allows for as much as it does. I've watched the kids go to sporting events, summer camp, trips out of state by plane, and I watched just recently being at the GoDaddy Bowl experience and how much it meant to these kids, so many of them that had never even been on a plane or, for that matter, been out of their home state. It was very touching. It was a great honor and privilege to be part of it. They're all experiences that will not be forgotten, not just by me, but by the kids involved themselves. I watch many people give their time to this organization just wanting to make a difference. Really, I've not ever seen anything like it. I'm young still at 42, I'd like to think, but I can say I've never really witnessed any type of passion that I've seen like I've seen in this organization. Anyone involved in the organization, really, you can just see it in their eyes. They're just so inspired and passionate, and it's really cool since passion is one of my core values. Tonight, your contribution can and will help more people than you'll ever know. Again, there's no way that there's any words that I can say can do it justice. As a board member, I know I promise to make sure we continue to maximize all contributions for this wonderful organization. My wife and I personally want to thank Team Focus. Inviting us to be involved and be on the board has really been huge for me and my wife. And for me personally, it's filled a painful void in my life. There's just no words I can say. It's a great privilege and honor to be standing here in front of all you people. And I can assure you that anything that you decide to do to help, it goes a long, long way. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
We're speaking with Shawn Cunix at the Team Focus fundraiser featuring Urban Meyer. Shawn, tell us a little bit about Team Focus and the event tonight.
Well, tonight was special to me. I've done this event for 3 years, but tonight I decided to be a corporate sponsor this year for the event, and I had the privilege of sitting next to Urban Meyer. And I don't know how I can say the privilege was to have to speak after him because he's a very hard act to follow, but it was just a great time tonight, and I'm honored to be a part of it.
Well, your speech was very inspiring, and we enjoyed every bit of it. So, Shawn, walking in tonight, we saw various posters. We saw posters of Cunix Enterprise, Driven Auto, Wireless RX. So you're obviously very passionate about Team Focus. Can you tell us what drives that passion?
Well, it stems from my own situation and my father and mother not being together when I was younger. And it also stems from getting to see how much difference it makes being a role model to other young men. And I've really enjoyed being a part of it, and I've seen the difference in these kids' lives as I spoke about tonight. And it's really no words or this interview can't do it justice. If you physically are involved in it and get to see what these people look like and the kids, how they're affected, it's just amazing, and there's just no words that can describe it.
So, Shawn, what do you hope to see and achieve from tonight's event?
Obviously, making more people aware of it is a big deal. And then, you know, it helps if we can raise some more money and be able to reach more lives. The charity and organization is very efficient, and what they're capable of doing on such a low budget is amazing. I just always often think about how much more and how many more lives could be touched with just a little bit of offering from more people.
Shawn, from tonight's event, it's evident that you touched the lives of many young men at Team Focus. You inspired happiness in them, and you made a huge difference. And I know that you have an Inspire Happiness initiative that you're focused on. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Well, the Inspire Happiness, it just always comes back to me making a difference in people's lives. I really enjoy inspiring people to be above average, and if they've had a rough spot in their life, and we all go through it, just to get back up and keep fighting along. You have to fight to be happy, and it's something I like letting people know. It just doesn't magically happen, and hopefully that after spending some time with me, they get nudged a little bit and realize, man, there's a lot of opportunity out there. I just have to fight for it.
Well, thank you. Tonight, we're all inspired, a room full of 500 people. Thank you, Shawn.